Tammy Bruce. The White House is not concerned with the here and now. Our present just doesn't matter.
Kind of explains so much, doesn't it? Their little bubble about their little plans that they could have at some kind of seminar at a university where they just have these grand ideas and this Marxist utopia, wish fantasy, and the dumb American people care about
Hamburger
the cost
prices.
of food. What they have to feed their children. They're thinking even fast food. What protein can I get my kid? And they have to think about hamburgers because they can't afford, chicken or anything else or an actual steak. And then the gas prices, God forbid, should you have to get to work when you don't have a driver and you have to pay for it yourself. I mean, this is why we got Trump. It's why the American people now, there's a legitimacy problem with the government. It's why there are so many problems. It's not just rhetoric to say there's a disconnect between Washington and the American people. It is literally like someone from Mars is looking at us and making decisions.
Yeah.
And so maybe this guy's been the president, but that explains it.
And they put some of their real priorities that are on a distant planet in the spending bill. And the Senate just passed that bill, $1.7 trillion worth, with the support of 18 Republican lawmakers. So the House will vote on that today. Why is Senator Mitch McConnell caving in to the Democrats' demands?
Well, you know what's
Don't tell me military spending.
Yeah, well, it can't be. I mean, look, this bill is 3 times longer than War and Peace, the novel War and Peace. They didn't do this.
Did you read
it? Nobody read it.
I know.
But staff and everybody, this didn't get written in a week. This has been worked on clearly for months. The Republicans have to have had known what's in it. Mitch McConnell behaves as though he knows what's in it, and he's fine with it. But then so are, I don't know how many other Republicans, 18? So were a good chunk of the usual suspects. But when they said we're going to go back to normal, they weren't kidding. We're familiar with this.
Normal.
Look,
yeah.
Stuff passing on Christmas weekend.
It's how we do it.
It's what happened with Obamacare. So we can't complain that this is new or that it's the Democrats only or that it's Mitch McConnell. I worry that if people didn't like Trump and he was a response to this craziness, what's coming next? Because this cannot continue. Literally because of the economy and the spending amount of it.
So should they shut the government down?
Well, look, they shut it down when Trump wanted just $5 billion, which now seems like chump change for the wall. That stopped the government entirely. So the theater of this is remarkable, and I can't stress that enough. This is a dance. It's kabuki theater. They know what's going on. It's a distraction, and yet it's what they do. And who's affected? People who need to buy hamburgers and get gas, and they're laughing at us. That's the problem.
But Republicans are complicit here.
It's the system.
Senator Shelby, University of Alabama is practically going to be named after him. He got $666 million in earmarks.
It's a remarkable dynamic. It's woke. Stuff, the mob, they're getting millions and millions. Forget about the trails and all of that. This is about equity, education, climate change, education, all the things that are driving this country into the ground and endangering generation after generation. No longer can you say it's some woke, fringe mob. It's the federal government now paying for this through the institutions. We can't withstand this. It's, but when it comes to culturally, socially, politically, and economically, the people doing this, though, look, they're worth tens, hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't notice these problems. We notice them. And
they don't notice the problem at the border? That they can't put a single penny towards border security?
Well,
Democrats are saying this is a problem now.
And it's warned against. It's not just that they don't put it toward security. The money that they do enlist for it is to facilitate what's going on. And there's a specific admonition against using it for security. So they thought about it. And they said, don't do it.
By design.
By design. So this is the establishment. It's what we've talked about for years and generations, the swamp, as it was termed, and they learned nothing. And look, the American people, they said a statement for the midterms. Mitch McConnell and the Senate Republicans seem to not care that we handed the House to the Republicans. But now The Republicans in the House have to be creative and have to at least try, and we will note. They can't just blame it on the Senate. We will notice, and that's the next thing that's up here.
Tammy, thank you. Happy holidays.